Hey, kindergartners. So, we are going to read our first chapter book, and I'm recording people reading the chapter book so that I can work with you guys during it. So, the first book we're going to read is a book called The Littles, and you know a little bit about The Littles because I read those other picture books to you about them. So, the first one that we're going to listen to read, the first chapter is My Son, Josiah. He is my oldest son. He's 15 years old. He's in high school. He goes to high school Papillion South, and he likes to play football. And he's going to read the first chapter.
Chapter 1. William T. Little and his family were tiny people. They lived in a house owned by George W. Bigg. Mr. Bigg and his family didn't know the Littles were living with them. The Littles kept out of sight. They lived in tiny rooms in the walls of their house. The Littles looked almost like people you see every day, but they were very much smaller. Mr. Little was only 6 inches tall, and he was big for Little. The other Littles were even smaller. In one way, the Littles did not look at all the other people. They had tails. The Littles were proud of their tails. They kept them combed and brushed, and sometimes the women curled their tails when they wanted to look especially nice. The Littles took everything they needed from the Biggs. Usually the Biggs didn't know anything was missing. Once in a while, Miss Bigg would say, "Now where did that thing go? I had it right here a minute ago. It seems to have disappeared." Only last week her son Henry had said, "Hey, Ma, where are my red socks? I can't find them anywhere." And of course the Littles got all their food from the Biggs. When the Biggs had roast beef for dinner, the Littles had roast beef for dinner too. The Biggs didn't know it, but the electric socket in the kitchen counter was a secret door. As soon as the Bigg family were busy eating their cake or pie or jello, the Littles would dash through the door. They would take what they needed from the leftover dinner scraps and be back through the door in seconds. The Littles helped out the Biggs in return for the little things they took. Only the Biggs didn't know it. For one thing, the Littles were good at fixing things. They ran back and forth inside the walls, repairing all the electric wires whenever they needed it. The Littles were good plumbers too. On cold winter days, they kept the outside water pipes from freezing. Often they had to stay up all night keeping the pipes warm by candle fire. Mr. Bigg could never understand why his plumbing and electricity worked so well. "I can't believe it," he would say. "I have less trouble with this old house than my neighbors do with their brand new houses." He would shake his head. "I guess they don't make houses the way they used to."